Welcome everybody, and really good to have you all here. Nice little crowd. I would love to get you all closer, but with the headsets on, we don't really care where you sit, so we're good. Today, we want to talk about pioneering, and I think pioneering might just be, you won't believe it, the most important topic here, because without pioneering, we wouldn't have invented fire. We wouldn't have gotten to the wheel, we wouldn't have sailed the seas or gone to space, and we would not have had all these stalls here displaying all these cool things that they pioneered towards too. So it's due to our ancestors being discoverers that we are here today. My name is Sandor. I am the lead of the engineering team of DEPT in the Netherlands, and every day I think I'm on a mission to see how we can embed pioneering within our team, within our organization, and towards our clients. Now, I'm not alone in that mission. Next to me is Cato. She's the chief of staff, and she's part of the global strategy team.
Thanks so much for the introduction, Sandor, and good afternoon, everyone. So Sandor is one of the best pioneer enthusiasts that I know, so it's going to be a great session today. My name is Cato, and I make sure at DEPT that we have the structure and the organization ready for our clients and for our employees to pioneer in their everyday life. But I will tell you all about that in a later stage. I would first love to hear a bit more on who we have in the room. So if you are an engineer or developer, can you please raise your hands? That's about half of it. Please raise your hands if you're in a managing role. Another half. A little less, yeah. Anyone here who owns their own business?
No? No business owners here?
I have one over there.
Or pretend to own one? There? Good, good. All right, we'll remember you. All right, good.
And who here thinks they are a pioneer? Not
Three,
that many
four.
yet.
There's another one there, Cato.
Oh, right,
Another pioneer there.
Well, we're going to do this again at the end. Let's see if we have a couple more pioneers in the room. So we know that you've all been listening and sitting around, listening to other people speaking, so we wanted to do it a little bit different in our session. We will actually give you the lead in what we are going to present today. Sandor and I have prepared a couple of topics that we would love to talk to you about, and you can find them on the following slides. So we're going to ask you to raise your hand for the following numbers. I will quickly go through them all, and then Sandor will reach out to you to figure out what we're going to do. Number one is how to foster a pioneering culture. That's really about changing the DNA of a company and how we can really foster our clients and employees to pioneer a lot more. The second topic is how to facilitate engineering and pioneering as an engineering manager. So how can you make sure your teams have the budget and the planning in order to pioneer? Number three is how to pioneer as an engineer in your daily life. This one is completely different. We're not talking about business and corporate here. We're talking about you in your daily life. With kids, with social life, it can become very busy. So where do you find the time to pioneer? Number four is how you convince your clients to pioneer. So not about you, but about your clients, which is even more difficult. Where do they find the budgets? Where do they find the time, and how can you help them to find that? And lastly, how to avoid failure and stay in control. The most important thing. You can imagine you spend all the time and all your money in pioneering and you get no results. How do you deal with that, and how do you prevent that? Sandor.
Yes, so what we were intending to do is to have everybody shout out numbers, but that's useless here. So we're going to do this really quick. I'm going to call a number. You're going to raise your hands if that is a topic you're interested in, all right? And then we'll go through it like that. And then we're going to see if I can pick out 2 to 3 topics that we can dive into. So here we go. Number 1. Are you counting, Cato, here? Yep. All right, number 2. I think that is almost the same. Yeah. Number 3. I'll count for more there. That's 3 and there's 2. Yeah. And then there's number 4.
Not so much.
Losing it. Number 5. So, okay. I think we're actually on 1, 2, and 3, to be honest.
Yeah.
Sorry. All right, it's back to Cato for now, I think.
Good. Yeah, I'm going to give Sandor a couple of minutes just to order his mind and see where he wants to start. So in the meantime, I'll tell you a little bit more about DEPT. And I would love to start with a video. And this video is not our usual show reel. It's not a showcase of all the work what we do, but it's really a video that shows you why we pioneer and how we do that today.
Change. Change is inevitable. And at times hard to embrace, so we pull away and get lost in our thoughts, searching for something. Our industry is in the midst of massive change. Everything from technology, creativity, to artificial intelligence is evolving our world. What emerges is a new frontier. A frontier that, when uncharted, silos and divides us. We embrace change. We embrace the unknown. Because when you do, you're stronger than change. You define it. You break down the silos. Today we're building a global agency. One that pioneers first across technology and marketing equally. We're here setting new standards for the next era with some of the world's most ambitious clients. This agency was founded on progress, united by doing the work, doing the hard work, every day, across the world, who together believe we can change everything. Prepare to pioneer.
So we are building the best digital transformation player out there, who's truly 50% tech, 50% marketing. And in order to really reach that, we need to pioneer every day with our clients. For example, just this year, we started a DEPT AI GTM, a go-to-market proposition, where we really pioneer with AI with all our clients across all service lines. Sandor, how are you ready?
Yeah. Let's get going. So it was topic 1, 2, and 3. Number 1 was about an engineering culture. Number 2 is what you can do as a manager, and number 3 would be your pioneering your everyday life. Really pondering about the order of things, but I think I want to start off with pioneering in your everyday life. And I'll get to that in a minute, because I think what is important to share on that is how do I look at pioneering. Pioneering, for me, is not an end goal. Pioneering is not inventing the new blockchain. Pioneering is not inventing something that's never been invented before. Pioneering is everything about exploration. It's just going into a direction, not knowing where that will bring you, and just trying it out and allowing to fail in that. And you might be doing something that somebody else already did before, but for you, it can still be exhilarating as a pioneering approach. So, just the other day, my 2-year-old, he was building with the Duplo blocks, right? And he was just building it up and up and up and up. He didn't mean to go to the ceiling, and I don't think he actually could have, but for him, he was trying to get further and further with something that he hadn't done before. For me, that is pioneering. And that is a good hook into that topic number 1, engineering in your everyday life. Because, and let's make this interactive to see what your approach is on it, but the most difficult thing that I always hear is, I want to pioneer, but got no time. I first need time. Give me time and I will start pioneering. And I have that. Got the 2 kids, got my hobbies, got my everything, and when I drive home, I might have an idea in my head, thinking I'll do it at night. I come home, it's 8:30, kids are to bed, and I'm flushed. Not happening anymore. Now I've got ideas how you can solve that, but I'm also curious who does pioneer, what challenges you face.
I have a handheld mic here, so if you are willing to share any pioneering thoughts, please raise your hands. Otherwise, I'm just going to pick someone random. Yeah, do you pioneer in your personal life, at work?
Yeah, it's difficult, because of the time. But I think sometimes it's having some time from the work, right?
So if you would have all the time in the world, what would you do?
I would love to learn more, actually, in my profession.
Running
Sandor.
and pioneering.
Can you work with that?
Well, I know. You got caught by surprise, I think, right? But that's what we were aiming for. Thank you. So pioneering, yeah, if you would want to run more, I'm trying to figure if that is a pioneering challenge or just a physical desire or non-desire. But there is a parallel, right? Because if you want to pioneer, if you want to try out something, and obviously you do need time, then step one is allocating that time. Apparently we're all very good at allocating a movie night. We're very good at allocating that we're going to run, hopefully for you, or that we're going to play football or stuff like that, or any other hobbies. We allocate it, preferably with other people, so that we experience the social pressure that we actually start doing that. Pioneering is really about allocating time in which you can do that. Saying, I'm going to do that on a Monday night. I'm going to tell everybody that is my time. And then actually doing it. But then what do you do, right? What is it? Most people will go like, okay, I've got this time. I first need to have an end goal. I need to know what I'm going towards to. But the funny thing is, with pioneering, you don't need to have an end goal. You need to have a starting point. That's the only thing you need. You need to have an idea, and you need to have time.
Hey, Sandor, and
yeah.
how does that translate to the corporate life then?
The corporate life?
Yeah, at a company.
Right, because you go like, okay, I need to pioneer in my private life, but how can I do that within a company? I think we struggle with that at DEPT as well. Right, because people also have that sense of, okay, I will pioneer. First, give me time, and then I will pioneer. Who recognizes that, right? First, give me time, and then I'll pioneer. You there, right? But it's the other way around. You need to start pioneering, and pioneering is not saying, okay, I think I'll pioneer, I'll go to the moon, that probably takes me 10 years, I need a whole lot of stuff and money and all that. That's not pioneering, you're not even gonna start. And going to your manager and saying, I need 10 years right now because I've got a great idea, won't do it either. You need to really keep it very small. You need to come with an idea or at least a direction. So if you're curious about AI, probably everybody is here, right? You're not gonna, I need to get to that corporate thing, right? You're not gonna start thinking of, I want to figure out the next AI algorithm or something like that. Starting point could be, can I make AI do this little thing? You almost want to, your first step should not take more than 4 hours. And why am I saying that? Because if you can create those baby steps, you're in a much better position to go to your engineering manager or your manager and saying, look, I've got this idea. If I can just get 4 hours, I'm going to, go in that direction. I'll let you know where I got to, and maybe we'll find something cool.
Fair.
Yeah.
Hey, time is not always a problem. Sometimes there's budget, etc.
Yeah.
How would you deal with that?
So that brings us a bit in topic number 2. So what as an engineering manager can you do to facilitate the pioneering spirit? Who was engineering manager? Who's managing people here? That's you a lot, right? So you probably are dealing within the position of your business numbers. You need to drive a business, you need to make profit, and the other end, you have people that might have ideas and that you want to nurture and you want to get those ideas out and do that, right? But that is a balance that you need to find your ways in. And I've never believed in what they call pioneering Fridays or hacking Mondays or anything like those. I've, from my experience, noticed that if you tell the whole group, Friday is your moment to pioneer, some might who have ideas, but a majority will be like, okay, I have no idea. What am I going to do? I'll probably do something else. I'll finish my project that I was already on or things like that.
Sandor,
yeah.
Can I
sorry.
Can I ask him, do you experience this as well as a manager?
Absolutely, yeah.
What is the biggest challenge that you face?
I think what you just described, the combining people, giving them support and doing what they want while managing business goals or whatever.
And have you found any good solution yet that we could share with the rest of the group?
No, absolutely.
Got no idea.
No, I mean, yeah, just doing it and hoping for the best. But no, I don't have a good overarching philosophy.
Well, thanks for sharing. Sandor, maybe you have some tips.
Yeah, so the way I would approach this is to first and foremost create, and we'll get that into topic 1 as well, but is create a sense of, or a space in which people can share ideas. That is seriously the first step. I'm actually constantly saying time is not your starting point. Your starting point is creating a sense of wanting to pioneer, to generate a sense of ideas are good. And you can create routines around that. So we do a lot of work for clients. You can create a moment for every client where you say, okay, we want to add something pioneering to this project, right? Who has ideas? Again, don't make it going to the moon, make it small, something that's tangible. But if you allow that space is there, people will come to you, and maybe they already do, and you can collect those ideas. Now it's your job to sell it, right? You need to go to management and say, this is a brilliant idea. And then, if you're again going to say, I've got a brilliant idea here and I need 10 years, it's still not going to happen, right? But if you say, I've got a brilliant idea here, I think if we really get a crack on it with a little team for a couple of days, I think might actually get to something really cool. And the other part is, topic wasn't chosen, but get your client on board. And again, clients won't be there to say, oh, right, yeah, you want another 100K, I have it for you, they won't. But if you say, hey, you know, we're going to do this really cool thing, and it's not going to impact your deadlines or your bigger budgets. But let's invest both 5,000, 10,000 euros or so to nurture this idea. Small, start with the idea, keep it small, find the funding, and get going.
Yeah, and I think what can really help as well with funding, it's February, the beginning of the year, we've just been through all the budgeting rounds. For next year, plan some budget in there just to pioneer, to play around, have your team innovate and invest in new projects. I think that makes it a lot easier for the rest of the year when the budget's already scheduled, that you have the room to play there.
Good point, Cato, but not as easy as it sounds, and you know
Fair.
it, right? I know that at our company, it's also difficult to always allocate budgets. In the end, business is a very powerful thing, and business needs to thrive and needs to move forward. But you're right, allocating budgets, but I don't think you should allocate budgets. I think you should allocate ideas. I keep being this my mantra. Needs to start with ideas. DEPT, and you're part of more of the global strategic thing, and you were talking about the new hubs we started, right? The new directions on AI, and we've done on Web3 in the past, but it started off with the ideas, that is what we want to do something with. That is what we're going to see, what is needed to move it forward, and then allocate the money. I'm just a strong non-believer in, let's get money and then figure out what we're going to do with it. Because in general, I notice that it doesn't drive. People will just see it as, it's money, great. Now I need to do something with it, and it probably won't go in the direction that it should go. Pioneering is about feeling. It's about the desire to go somewhere. It's about the desire to take step 1 on a Monday evening. That's on your personal thing. Don't go to your manager first and get time. That should not be the incentive. The incentive should be, I want to figure something out. And if you take step 1, step 2 will follow. And once you're at step 4, you might have gotten to a point that you can actually go to your manager and say, look, hey, I walked that way and I found a diamond. Look at that. You want to share that diamond with me? Come with some money.
Hey, Sandor, time is flying by. These people came to us to learn a lot more about pioneering. What are your final key takeaways?
Oh my. It's probably a little bit about the things I said. So this is a layer cake, right? So again, tomorrow, I really urge you, right? 2 things. Start jotting down ideas. Not on a Kanban board, throw that away. Just a Google Doc or another doc or a piece of paper, somewhere that you just write it down. That's 1. Allocate weekly, monthly, a piece of time in which you're gonna pick up one of those ideas, and then the next step is just do it. grab the idea, and go for step one. Hardest step there is, but once you're on step one, I'll tell you, you'll go to bed too late. As a manager, really facilitate. Allow the people in your team to come with ideas and give them the confidence that if those ideas seem feasible or can go and move into a direction, that you will help them find the funding and the time and push it forward, either from the business or from the client. And finally, as a company, put it into your DNA, put it into your everything. Make it your mantra. Look, we're all here because I think we find pioneering extremely interesting and extremely important. We put it into our slogan. I thought that was the best way to do it. Make it your slogan, right? Philips, make everything better. I don't know if they succeeded, but still. Pioneering as a mantra. And if your organization, yours, I don't know, maybe you're already pioneering, maybe you wish they do it more, but make it part of that DNA. Make it part of what everybody wants to believe in, and that there is a stage for them to do so, and that they get applauded for doing so. Cato, final words from your end.
Thank you, Sandor. Those are amazing key takeaways. So at DEPT, we try to pioneer across all different levels in the organization and across all our service lines. And we are here to help you do that as well. If you're interested and have any questions, please come up to the front and we're happy to talk to you. Or if not, we can always meet there at the networking area. Thank you so much for joining this talk, and don't forget to foster the pioneer inside you. Thanks.
All right.